Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again from Paleo Problem Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, should you be concerned about GMOs? And the answer is, yeah, probably. But let's be clear out the gate that most of the research at this juncture is inconclusive regarding the dangers of GMOs. And as such, most scientists don't believe they are dangerous. Unfortunately, however, most of that research has been done by biotechnology firms that have a vested interest in its production. Do we see a problem with that? Now, there are potential concerns, particularly regarding the use of glyphosate, also known as Roundup, and the Roundup-ready plants that are ready for those, as well as Bt, which is a gene that's taken from Bacillus thuringiensis. That gene's inserted into the plants, and it's an insecticide. Now, the biggest problems with that are that these plants have been shown to have immunological effects. They can have deleterious effects on the immune system in animals so far, but in vitro, it's been cytotoxic. It kills cells. Putting those two together, you have serious potential issues for intestinal permeability and subsequent disease. Now, again, to be clear, this hasn't been shown yet in humans, but do you really want to be the guinea pig for that? Just saying. Now, the biggest claim used by proponents of GMOs, however, is that it will increase yield, decrease the use of pesticides, and it will improve life overall. We'll get rid of starvation. Yet when you examine the recent literature, you see that that's just not the case. Not only do they not have better yields, in many cases, in the cases like soy, they have decreased yields, severely decreased. And there is increased pesticide use. So its biggest benefits aren't even existing. So if it doesn't even do that, regardless of whether it causes health problems, what's the point? Now, fortunately, the most common GMO crops are generally the ones I tell you to avoid anyway for other reasons. Soy, corn, cottonseed, canola, sugar beets. Where it gets a little squirrely is when we get into papaya, zucchini, yellow squash. The original ones have anti-nutrient issues, and they're high in omega-6s, if we're talking about the oils. The zucchini, squash, papaya, though, those are the ones you're going to want to watch out and make sure that if you're eating them organic, so you're not getting them GMO. Now, going back to other potential issues with GMOs, though, there could be an increase in allergenicity, meaning those crops could cause more allergic reactions. How? Well, by changing the DNA, you're changing the way the proteins are transcripted, and now you're changing the way that your body reads them. Now, those proteins that your body is eating in those plants are different, and they might cause a reaction, particularly if you already induce leaky gut. So you have holes in your intestines, now things that are getting through that shouldn't be getting through. If those proteins are novel proteins, ones that are not part of our diet, well, what could happen? You get an allergic reaction. The next big concern would be the horizontal transfer of DNA information to your gut bacteria. So pathogenic bacteria can now get resistance to antibiotics, because many of these genes are antibiotic resistant. Next one from there would be the potential environmental impacts. You could cause destructions of ecosystems. You're promoting loss of diversity of the crops, because now all the crops are the ones that are genetically modified. As such, long term, they can become more susceptible to disease. On the other hand, the repeated use of the same pesticide, and let's say in the cases of glyphosate, Roundup, the problem is now the weeds are becoming resistant to them as well. Real quick explanation of adaptive evolution. The ones that are able to survive reproduce. The ones that don't die off. So yeah, you killed most of those weeds, but the ones that were hardier, the ones that had the traits to survive that glyphosate, are now the only ones that are reproducing. So now you have weeds that are resistant to the pesticide you've been using, and if you keep spraying that same one over and over and over again, because your crops have to be Roundup ready, well, now what's going to happen? You're going to have issues. Those weeds are just not going to work anymore. From there, the next thing is the fact that these crops are owned by the corporations. And if by just this wind that we have kicking up right now, or by bees, if they're able to migrate to someone else's farm, well, that farm can now be sued, go to jail, lose their farm, all that fun stuff, because the wind or the bees brought their pollen over from those plants, causing them to now own, or rather to steal, the company's seeds. Do we see a problem with that? Right. So our biggest takeaways, though, for today are they definitively problematic? No. We don't have rock-hard science right now that shows that definitively. Are they potentially problematic? Yep. Are they likely problematic? Yep. Are they probably causing damage to the environment? Yep. Are they actually increasing yields and improving our lives? Nope. So what is the point? That's the biggest takeaway. What's the point? So just think about that before you get into any debates over whether they're healthy or not or anything else. What's the point? All right, guys. Hopefully that helped you out. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman. Over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island. And of course, over on MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful day. Go get some local, organic fruits and vegetables. And I'll see you tomorrow.